Let me tell you something you've got to realize: the power you possess. There are people in your life who might take you for granted, who might think that your value is disposable, but the truth is, once you walk away, they will never find peace again. When you choose to leave, whether it's a relationship, a job, or a toxic situation, you're not just leaving physical space, you're taking away a piece of their world that they can't replace. You're not just another person, you are the energy, the strength, the support, the love that made everything work. When you step out, they're left with the emptiness of what they took for granted. And here's the kicker: they won't understand it at first. They'll try to move on. They'll try to fill that void with other things or people. But here's the truth: they will never find peace after losing you. Why? Because what you gave them, the person you were in their life, is irreplaceable. You are a force, and when you leave, they'll feel the impact. So understand this: you are powerful, and sometimes the best way to show someone your worth is to walk away. Today, let's dive into why this isn't about revenge or bitterness. It's about recognizing your value and reclaiming your peace. The people who didn't appreciate you will eventually realize what they lost. But the real question is, are you ready to claim what's yours? Are you ready to move forward and never look back? Let's go. Knowing your worth is the foundation of living a fulfilling and empowered life. It's about recognizing your value, your unique qualities, your strengths, your potential, and refusing to accept anything less than what truly aligns with who you are. When you understand your worth, you stop tolerating relationships, situations, and opportunities that do not honor or respect you. Many people settle because they don't believe they deserve better or are afraid of being alone or uncomfortable. They might stay in toxic relationships, undervalue their skills and their careers, or compromise on their personal goals because they fear the uncertainty of change. But the truth is, when you settle, you're denying yourself the opportunity to grow, to thrive, and to experience life on your terms. Recognizing your worth means understanding that you bring something irreplaceable to the table. It means acknowledging your talents, your passions, your ability to contribute, and your right to happiness. You have the power to create the life you want, but that power starts with knowing that you deserve nothing less than what aligns with your values and aspirations. When you know your worth, you set boundaries that protect your energy. You no longer tolerate disrespect, mistreatment, or anything that drains you. Instead, you surround yourself with people and opportunities that uplift, support, and challenge you to become the best version of yourself. Knowing your worth also means investing in yourself, whether through learning, developing new skills, or prioritizing your well-being. It's about making choices that reflect the respect you have for your potential. Once you truly embrace your worth, you'll see the world respond accordingly, offering you the opportunities and relationships you deserve. Knowing your worth is the foundation of living a fulfilling and empowered life. It's about recognizing your value, your unique qualities, your strengths, your potential, and refusing to accept anything less than what truly aligns with who you are. When you understand your worth, you stop tolerating relationships, situations, and opportunities that do not honor or respect you. Many people settle because they don't believe they deserve better or are afraid of being alone or uncomfortable. They might stay in toxic relationships, undervalue their skills and their careers, or compromise on their personal goals because they fear the uncertainty of change. But the truth is, when you settle, you're denying yourself the opportunity to grow, to thrive, and to experience life on your terms. Recognizing your worth means understanding that you bring something irreplaceable to the table. It means acknowledging your talents, your passions, your ability to contribute, and your right to happiness. You have the power to create the life you want, but that power starts with knowing that you deserve nothing less than what aligns with your values and aspirations. When you know your worth, you set boundaries that protect your energy. You no longer tolerate disrespect, mistreatment, or anything that drains you. Instead, you surround yourself with people and opportunities that uplift, support, and challenge you to become the best version of yourself. Knowing your worth also means investing in yourself, whether through learning, developing new skills, or prioritizing your well-being. It's about making choices that reflect the respect you have for your potential. Once you truly embrace your worth, you'll see the world respond accordingly, offering you the opportunities and relationships you deserve. Walking away from what no longer serves you is one of the most powerful acts of self-love you can make. Often we hold on to people, situations, and beliefs that are no longer beneficial because we fear the unknown or the discomfort of change. However, staying in environments that drain us, whether they're toxic relationships, unfulfilling jobs, or limiting beliefs, keeps us stuck in a cycle of stagnation. Choosing to walk away is not about rejection, it's about honoring your own growth, your own needs, and your own well-being. When you walk away from things that no longer serve you, you are making a conscious choice to put yourself first. This is not about being selfish, it's about recognizing that you deserve more peace, more joy, and more alignment with who you are. Every time you walk away from something that drains your energy, you make space for new, healthier experiences and people who will nurture your growth. The process of walking away can be difficult, but it's necessary for your emotional and mental health. It requires courage to let go of the familiar, to break free from patterns that have held you captive for so long. But by doing so, you send a clear message to yourself that you will no longer tolerate anything that doesn't elevate you. Self-love is about protecting your inner peace and making decisions that align with your highest potential. It's about not settling for less than what you deserve and choosing to create an environment that supports your happiness. Walking away is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you are ready to embrace new possibilities and reclaim your power. When you consistently give your time, energy, and love to others, there are those who may take it for granted, unaware of how much you contribute to their lives. They may expect you to always be there, always put in the effort, without truly appreciating the value you bring. In their complacency, they assume that your presence, your support, and your generosity are constants that won't fade. But what they fail to realize is that your value isn't infinite. And when you're gone, when you stop giving without being reciprocated, they will be left to face the emptiness of their own actions. People who take you for granted often fail to understand the depth of what you offer because they've never experienced the absence of it. It's not until you withdraw your presence, your time, or your energy that they start to feel the void you've left behind. They may initially feel the inconvenience, the loss of the familiar, but the true weight of what they lost will only dawn on them when it's too late to turn back. Your value is not defined by how others treat you or whether they recognize your contributions. When you are consistently undervalued, it's essential to realize that your worth doesn't diminish because others fail to appreciate it. In fact, the moment you walk away, you highlight your own strength and worth. People who take you for granted will eventually come to see what they've lost, but by then it's no longer about them. It's about you choosing to honor yourself, your time, and your energy, and reclaiming what belongs to you. Sometimes the most powerful way to show someone your value is by walking away. When you constantly give and invest in someone who doesn't appreciate your worth, it can feel like you're invisible, like your efforts go unnoticed. In these situations, staying and hoping for change may only lead to frustration and disappointment. The real power lies in recognizing that your value isn't tied to someone's acknowledgement or acceptance of you. Sometimes you have to show them the consequences of taking you for granted. Leaving doesn't come from a place of bitterness or revenge, it comes from a place of self-respect and self-awareness. When you choose to step away from a relationship or situation that doesn't honor you, you're making a statement that you will no longer tolerate being undervalued. It's a reminder to both yourself and others that you are worthy of respect, care, and attention. By leaving, you also create space for something better. When you're constantly giving to someone who takes, you limit your energy, your opportunities, and your growth. Walking away frees you from the drain of unreciprocated efforts, allowing you to invest in yourself and your future. The right people will appreciate your worth, and the right opportunities will come when you stop settling for less. Sometimes the people you leave behind won't understand your decision immediately. They might be confused, hurt, or even angry. But the truth is, the only way they will truly realize what they had is when it's no longer available to them. Your absence will make them reflect on what they lost, but by that time you'll have already moved forward into a space where you can thrive. Peace is not something you can find in the approval of others. It's not in the praise, the accolades, or the validation that you receive from the people around you. External validation can feel good in the moment, but it is fleeting, and it doesn't last. True peace comes from within. It's rooted in knowing who you are, accepting yourself completely, and being at peace with your own thoughts and feelings. When you rely on others to define your worth, you are placing your peace in their hands. You become dependent on their opinions, their actions, and their judgments to feel good about yourself. But people are unpredictable. Their opinions can change. They may not always understand you, or they may not even appreciate the things that make you unique. If you build your sense of peace on the validation of others, you are setting yourself up for disappointment, because external sources can never provide the consistency and security that inner peace does. Recognizing that peace is found within shifts the focus from seeking approval to fostering self-acceptance. When you know your worth and trust in your own judgment, you stop chasing validation from outside sources. You begin to embrace who you are without needing others to tell you that you are enough. Inner peace is born from self-love, self-compassion, and self-acceptance. It's the ability to feel content, regardless of what's happening around you, because you have established a sense of worth that doesn't rely on anyone else's opinion. By cultivating peace within yourself, you stop seeking it from external sources. You free yourself from the cycle of needing others to confirm your value, and instead become the source of your own confidence, happiness, and tranquility. Leaving behind a void can feel unsettling. Whether it's a relationship, a job, or a familiar situation, walking away often creates a sense of emptiness. People fear this void because it symbolizes the unknown, the change they're stepping into. However, what many fail to realize is that this void is not something to fear. It's an opportunity for growth, freedom, and transformation. The space left behind when you let go of what no longer serves you is the very space where new possibilities can emerge. It may seem empty at first, but this emptiness is not a void of loss. It is a fertile ground for new beginnings. The freedom that comes with releasing what holds you back allows you to reimagine your life. You no longer have the weight of negative patterns or toxic influences. You now have room to breathe, to expand, and to create the future you truly desire. Embracing the void means trusting that this emptiness is not a sign of failure, but a signal of potential. When you let go of what you've outgrown, you're making space for growth, for things and people that are aligned with your highest good. The fear of the void comes from clinging to the familiar, even when it no longer serves you, but the truth is that holding on to what is comfortable can prevent you from experiencing true freedom. By embracing the void, you release yourself from limitations, you reclaim your power, and open yourself up to new experiences. The space you create is not just empty, it's full of possibility, waiting for you to fill it with the life you truly want. Don't fear the void, welcome the freedom it offers, and trust that it will lead you to exactly where you need to be. Toxic relationships can drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and prevent you from reaching your full potential. Whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, or a family dynamic, staying in relationships that continuously bring you down limits your growth. These relationships often revolve around negativity, manipulation, or unhealthy attachments that keep you stuck in a cycle of emotional turmoil. Letting go of these connections is not about abandoning people, it's about reclaiming your peace, your energy, and your path to self-discovery. When you hold on to toxic relationships, you often find yourself compromising your values, your boundaries, and even your sense of self. You may find it difficult to grow because you're constantly trying to fix, please, or manage the other person's issues. This constant emotional labor prevents you from focusing on your own well-being and your own journey. The longer you stay in such relationships, the more it becomes difficult to see who you truly are and what you are truly capable of achieving. Letting go creates the space you need for personal growth and self-discovery. It allows you to focus on what truly matters: your health, your dreams, and your future. By removing toxic influences, you open yourself to relationships that are supportive, uplifting, and aligned with your values. These are the relationships that will nurture your growth, encourage your aspirations, and help you become the best version of yourself. Releasing toxic people doesn't make you cruel or unkind, it makes you strong. It's a decision to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being, allowing you to step into a life filled with healthier, more fulfilling connections. Letting go may be difficult, but it is the key to unlocking a future where you can thrive, discover your true potential, and create a life you love. Your peace and well-being are the foundation of a fulfilled life. When you allow people, situations, or habits to drain your energy, you sacrifice your inner balance and harmony. Too often, we hold on to things out of fear of change, fear of being alone, or fear of missing out, but in doing so, we neglect our own mental, emotional, and physical health. Holding on to what drains you is a silent form of self-sabotage, a way of choosing temporary discomfort over long-term well-being. Every relationship, job, or activity that continuously leaves you feeling depleted or overwhelmed takes a toll on your peace. Whether it's a toxic relationship, an unfulfilling career, or a negative environment, these things create stress, anxiety, and frustration, leaving you with little energy to focus on what truly matters. Your well-being should be a priority, and sometimes that means making the difficult decision to let go of things that no longer serve you. When you put your peace first, you give yourself the ability to heal, grow, and thrive. You can't pour from an empty cup, and when you continuously give your energy to people or situations that don't reciprocate, you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to recharge and replenish. Letting go of what drains you creates space for new, healthier experiences and people that align with your values and support your growth. Choosing your peace isn't about being selfish, it's about recognizing that you deserve to live a life where you feel grounded, calm, and centered. Prioritizing your well-being allows you to be the best version of yourself, not just for you, but for those around you as well. The more you protect your peace, the more you cultivate a life that's in alignment with your true desires and your highest potential. When you choose to walk away from a relationship, situation, or environment that no longer serves you, you're not just removing yourself, you're forcing others to confront the consequences of their actions. Often, people take your presence for granted, assuming you will always be there to fill in the gaps or absorb the emotional or mental burden. They may not recognize how much you contribute or the toll that their behavior has on you. But when you leave, they are faced with the reality of what they've lost. Leaving is not an act of vengeance, it's a reflection of your worth and boundaries. People who have treated you poorly or have failed to appreciate your value will be forced to reckon with the absence of the support, love, and energy you provided. It's a painful reminder for them that they can no longer take you for granted. This often sparks a shift in perspective, a realization of what they lost, and perhaps a desire for change. However, the important truth here is that their realization doesn't need to come at your expense. By stepping away, you give them the opportunity to reflect on their actions, to see how they may have contributed to the breakdown of the relationship, and to understand that their treatment of you has consequences. Sometimes people need to experience the loss to understand the value of what they had. Your absence serves as a wake-up call, pushing them to reflect on their own behaviors and perhaps to grow. But while they are facing the consequences of their actions, you are reclaiming your peace, your energy, and your life. You're no longer allowing their disregard to define you. Walking away is your statement of self-worth and your way of ensuring that you're never treated as less than you deserve. There are times in life when people fail to truly appreciate what they have until it's no longer there. They may take you for granted, dismiss your contributions, or fail to recognize the value you bring into their lives. They may think you'll always be around, always giving, always supporting, but the truth is your presence is not guaranteed. When you choose to step away, your absence becomes the most powerful message they'll ever receive. It's in that silence, that empty space, that they will come to realize what they lost. At first, they might not understand why you left. They might feel confusion, anger, or even relief, assuming that your departure won't have much of an impact. But as time goes on, the reality of your absence will settle in. They'll begin to notice the void you left, the things you did that they took for granted. They'll feel the absence of your energy, your support, your kindness, and they'll realize that they didn't truly appreciate the role you played in their life. What's powerful about this realization is that it often comes when it's too late to fix things. Once you've walked away, you've made a clear statement about your boundaries and your worth. And for those who failed to see it while you were there, your absence will be the catalyst for reflection. They'll wish they had treated you better, that they had shown you the respect and appreciation you deserved. But by the time they realize this, you'll have already moved on. You'll be focused on your own growth, happiness, and peace. Their realization, though significant, doesn't change the fact that you've made the choice to prioritize yourself. Your absence will speak volumes, but it's not for them to fix, it's for you to move forward, knowing you've done what was best for you. In life, there are moments when walking away is not only necessary but empowering. Recognizing your own worth, setting boundaries, and prioritizing your peace are essential for growth and self-respect. When you stop settling for less, release toxic relationships, and focus on what truly serves you, you create the space for new opportunities and positive energy. The absence you leave behind forces others to reflect on their actions and their treatment of you, and while they may realize your value too late, it is not your responsibility to wait for that acknowledgement. The ultimate truth is that your well-being is your responsibility, and once you prioritize your peace, everything else begins to fall into place. When you embrace the courage to let go, you create room for a life that aligns with your true potential. Your absence will not only teach others about your value, but will also be the catalyst for your own transformation, propelling you forward into a life where you are truly appreciated and fulfilled.